Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma. In case we haven't met yet, go and put hashtag pajama in the comments below. So you know it's the first time my alluring alarm, my daughter's going to teach me how to shut that off, went off. I know it's the first time you're seeing my voice, hearing my face, or being exposed to the Pajama Grandma. Some mornings are just like that. My brain gets things kind of twisted and backwards. Do you ever have those days? Well, today is a kind of important day in American history. At least it is from my perspective. I think it's a day that, although a terrible, terrible thing happened, I think for a time it brought our country together. It brought our people together. It brought us to a level of compassion and understanding and supporting and loving one another that I don't know if I'm sure there's been other times in history that have felt like that, but I wasn't alive for them. And since then, of course, we've gone so far the opposite direction. I think that the world in a lot of ways has gotten more prejudiced and worse in terms of, not more prejudice, I think the way we treat one another, the way we disregard one another's feelings and our ability to think for, feel for, and have our own opinions. We each get to have our own opinions about everything. And so many people have forgotten that. They think that it's my way or the highway, and that's just so not true. The world is made up of all of us for a reason. So my question today is, do you remember where you were and what you were doing on the infamous 9/11? When those planes crashed into the Twin Towers, do you remember where you were and what you were doing? I was at work. I remember clearly I was at work. I was down on the floor, the manufacturing floor. Don't need to say what company I was working for. Awesome company, by the way, but they've sold out, I think, 3 times since I've worked there. So the business is still there, but it's owned by it's had at least 3 different owners since I left them. That was 15 years ago. Crazy, right? But I remember being there, and it was the first time that we ever turned on the radio. We had a radio in the office, but we never turned it on. It was the first time we ever turned it on, and the TVs and the break rooms and everywhere in the facility were on, and people were glued to it. And it was just a sense of unbelievable shock and awe. And it's one of those significant emotional events that you usually remember where you were because it was such a dramatic, significant thing. So if you remember where you were, put it in the comments below. I was at work at a big industrial bakery. It was awesome to be around people that were amazing and compassionate. And I think every single one of us called our families immediately, not because we were in New York, we were in Minnesota, for goodness sake, but because almost all of us were touched by someone who was in that tragedy. Right? That's it. Go out, have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow with another Pajama Grandma question. Pajama Grandma out. Bye.